In the last video, got a couple of emails, messages, and phone calls about what the difference is between LVR X1 and LVR 500 flawless cut. Well, stick around and I'll show you. So first things first, what we're going to want to do is tape off our 50/50. Now this is a auction vehicle from my neighbor Dan across the way. He picks these up for dirt cheap, and I experiment with them and just, do my thing with them. So as we can see here, oxidation, swirls, horrible situation. I want to show you I guess you could say the viscosity and the texture of both products with the diminishing abrasives here. X1 has some fine DBAs, some diminishing abrasives, a little bit more thick than 500 flawless cut. As you can kind of see, it's a little bit runny there for 500, but also has those diminishing abrasives. You can see a little bit of how watery and runny it is, which is also why you can finish it down, but we'll talk about that later.
Really quick with LVR X1. And just one pass each and see what we got. So we're gonna go speed 3. We're gonna keep this identical. It's gonna be the same application, same pad. We're just gonna clean it out and we're gonna go LVR X1. And always be sure to shake up your bottle. All right, let's get it. A couple of pea-sized drops. Here's how we're gonna go ahead and do it. Doot. Definitely a little bit more thick than LVR 500.
And just a little bit more thick as it's laid on there with the little pea-sized drops that we have. Not bad.
Speed 1, spread it around.
And for these particular applications, I am doing this in a one-step scenario with the yellow foam polishing pad from Rupes and a 15-inch dual-action polisher from Rupes as well, keeping a nice theme here. Now, X1 was designed to have that ultra-cut, long-running ability with the ability to finish down in a one-step. Now you can definitely go for a higher cutting pad of wool, something that heats up the panel a little bit more than these foam pads, and you can have fun with it and then finish it out with whatever polish you choose. This video is just gonna show you exactly what you can get with a one-step, the side-by-side of each, and overall how you can kind of tackle different levels of correction and enhancements. Let's get back to this guy and see what he has to say.
Smells like Skittles. It's got a great scent. I mean, we can even just see through the lighting right there just how much this correct. Let's wipe this off. Let's wipe this off.
And it wipes off super easy, user-friendly for sure. Zero dusting, definitely a phenomenal experience.
And let's just grab that camera here and bring it in. So if we can see that, go over here.
Much improved. If that's the result that you're looking for, and if you want to go a little bit further, you can always do one more pass, no problem.
So now we're gonna work around that door handle.
Great cut and finish from X1 there on the left side of that door. And again, like I mentioned, if you want to go a little further, you definitely can. You can go one more pass, two more passes, however you want until you're satisfied. You are your own person. Now with 500 flawless cut, this is a product that I am extremely familiar with. One of my favorite compounds and polishes. I mean, one steps for days and enhancements, phenomenal. So we're going to get these results here and we're going to do a side-by-side and see what they both have.
And there we have LVR 500 flawless cut. Let's go and buff this baby off.
And just like X1, great run time, hardly any dusting, and a great finish. This is something that is really coveted to me in my business because this is something that's going to cut down a lot of time. Look at these results. Let's get back to this guy.
I mean, gloss, clarity, metallic, restored. Again, a couple of hairlines from the swirls. Oxidation completely knocked out. I mean, you got over here, look at all that. I mean, that's just off. Just, gosh, come right over here. Bam. Very nice, very sharp. The difference, you guys tell me, from what I'm looking at, pretty identical. I want to say that LVR X1 did a better job of cutting, as we can kind of see just a couple of little micro swirls. And this is a medium polishing pad, medium foam polishing pad from Rupes that took care of this. So they're pretty identical. One cuts more than the other. I'm gonna go ahead and call that LVR X1. LVR X1 definitely cuts better than LVR 500 flawless cut. But I'm seeing a better finish out of 500 cut. But you also get a finish with X1.
So what do you hear? What do you say? The control right there, we peeled the tape back. LVR 500 flawless cut on the right side of the door panel, and then LVR X1 on the left side. I can tell you, you can definitely see a little bit of faint difference. We're not talking an extraordinary contrasted difference here, but this is just hairlines we're talking about. Mini micro swirls. Not bad. These are both phenomenal products. Hardly any sling, zero dusting. Notice how long they run, how wet these products stay. These can run forever, and that's when those diminishing abrasives break down. You can really crank up that polisher 3.5, 4, 4.5, and then dial it back down to 2, 1.5, even 1, and get that finish that you want. I would say LVR X1, just for my eyes here in the shop, LVR X1 is a compound. Cuts, great, but also finishes down incredibly well. LVR 500 flawless cut definitely cuts, but works a little bit longer. You saw how runny it can get. This stays wet a little bit longer to where you can really finish it out, hence the flawless cut. This breaks down and those diminishing abrasives are done cutting, now they're polishing. So that's what these two products can give you. They can give you great cutting ability, also finishing ability. If I were gonna say one or the other, I would say LVR X1 for a compound, and then come right behind it with LVR 500 flawless cut, maybe with a nice finishing foam pad to finish. That's the versatility of these products and how well they can be used together. They play well. That's the whole purpose of our line, is that every one of our products plays well with each other. You're not gonna, oh, don't mess with him, he's a rebel, he only goes by himself. You're not gonna wanna touch him. No, dude, all of our products work well with each other, and that's the beauty of our line. Now let's recap. Pretty good battle, if I gotta say so myself. If you were to pick one or the other, it's really gonna depend what you're going after. If you're going after heavy swirls and oxidation, like most of the vehicles that I see here in Southeast Florida, go with X1. You're gonna knock out those swirls, you're gonna cut like crazy, and you're gonna leave behind a beautiful finish to where if you wanna come behind it with 500 flawless cut, you certainly can. It's gonna clean up whatever X1 didn't, but then also 500 flawless cut is gonna go ahead and give you that finishing ability, that extra run time. If you want extra cutting power, maybe a few dots of X1 on your pad with 500 flawless cut. Remember, our products are easily manipulated together. You can put them on the same pad, you can mix any of our products together, and they're gonna work beautifully. These are definite tools to have in your toolbox. Two of my favorites. I reach for these whenever I have the option to. I've been using 500 cut now for probably close to 5 years. This stuff is truly unbelievable. A true one step. X1, the one. Finishes beautifully, cuts amazingly. Use them wherever you want, and that's it. So would I recommend one or the other? I would just get both of them and see for yourself. But that's just me. Again, gang, I'm Sean from Extreme Solutions. We'll see you on the next one.